Hello everyone, this is Chloe from Cousin DIY in Largo, Florida. Today we are going to make some beaded earrings. I've chosen 3 colors from the bead mix assortment. It's an e-bead mix that we're working with. I chose the opal, the cobalt blue, and the medium blue. We're also going to use these corrugated silver plated rounds. Let's get started. I pre-cut my beading wire. For each earring we're going to need a short strand, which is 6 inches, and then a longer strand, which is 8 inches. I'm using these little bead stoppers that help hold your beads onto your beading wire when you're working with it. This will give you an idea of what our finished earring will look like. And I'm going to use that one as a pattern and a guide as I work along. So this is the longer bead wire, and we're going to start with 4 opal colored e-beads, 3 medium blue, 3 cobalt, 1 opal, 1 silver corrugated round, another opal, 2 medium blue, corrugated round, and a cobalt right in the middle. Another corrugated round, and then we're going to reverse what we did on the other side. There. We'll set that aside for now. Now we'll do the shorter strand. Put my bead stopper on the end. And this one starts with 2 cobalt, 3 medium blue, 3 corrugated silver round, 3 opal, 3 cobalt, and a silver corrugated round in the middle. And we're just going to repeat the reverse of this side on this side to complete this strand. We'll set that aside for the moment, and we will make a beaded drop. The beaded drop starts with a head pin. We will slide an opal colored e-bead, a silver corrugated round, medium blue, get a nice size one here, opal, medium blue, cobalt, medium blue, and opal. I'm going to cut the stem off this, so I'm leaving a little bit of space between the top E-bead and the bottom of the loop I'll be forming. a space like that. And you're going to want to make sure that your stem is nice and straight, everything's lined up. We'll set that aside. Next, we're going to start with our longest bead strand. We're going to take a crimp tube, slide that on the end, slide the bead wire through the jump ring, snug that up to the jump ring. Use our crimping pliers to close the crimp. Nice and snug. I'm going to trim this a little bit, the tail, but if there's a little bit left on the tail, don't worry about it. That will get hidden down inside the beads. Next, we'll take the shorter bead strand and we're going to crimp this on to the right of the previous one. So we'll take crimp tube, bring the wire through the jump ring, bring the wire back through the crimp tube, snug it up, and use our crimping pliers to close that crimp. Again, we'll trim that a little bit. Next, we're going to add the beaded drop that we made by opening the loop on the top of the drop, sliding it to the right of the last crimp you added, and then closing that back around, closing that loop so it's attached to that jump ring. At this point, we're going to take the shorter bead strand. We can take the bead stopper off the end, put another crimp tube on there, and we want to attach this to the right of the beaded drop. You can see our earring's starting to take shape. Bring that wire back down through the crimp tube. At this point, you can use your pliers to help pull that wire. We don't want it super tight, but we want it to rest pretty close to the jump ring. Use our crimping pliers to close that crimp. I like to close my crimp twice. We'll cut that tail. And then we'll make sure any tail on the other end of that longer bead strand gets tucked into the beads on the other side. Take another crimp tube, bring that through the jump ring to the right of the last crimp, bring it back down through the crimp tube, again, we're going to snug that wire so the crimp is very close so that the strand isn't super tight but is laying close to the jump ring. Check everything before we close that crimp. It looks good. Oops, I think that might need to tighten just a tad more. Trim the tail. The last step is to open the loop on the bottom of an ear wire. And attach that jump ring. Close the loop on your ear wire. You have a completed earring. What do you think? Now I'll make the matching earring and I'll get back to you. Welcome back. I've completed the second earring. If you make your own earrings, please share them with us on Instagram at #CreateWithCousin. We'd love to see them. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. Bye.